Good morning, Facebook family. I am internet family, really, because these videos end up populating everything. So, good morning, online tribe. I'm gonna wait a few seconds so that people can hop on. It is Monday morning, the beginning of a new week, which is why this video I felt was really appropriate for Monday morning. All right, wow, people hopped on quick. Hi guys. So it's Monday, and Mondays are typically the days when people wake up and panic. They are typically the days when people do not want to go to work, or are feeling resistance to going to work, or wake up in the morning and they're like, can I really keep doing this forever? I think the reason there's so many like memes about Mondays is because Monday really is the beginning of a brand new week in your life, a week that you're not going to get back. And when that day comes and you realize that you're in a place where you're not happy, and you realize that you're about to embark on this journey of doing the same thing again that you don't enjoy, it automatically triggers these very negative feelings in your body and resistance. So you end up feeling resistant the whole time you're getting ready to go to work, and you end up feeling resistant the whole time you're driving to work, and if you're sitting in traffic, you're feeling really resistant, and then once you get to work, you're feeling really resistant. And then once you're at work, you're just looking for the next break so that you don't have to keep working because you're resistant to being there, and so on and so forth. You get the picture. By the end of your week, Friday rolls around and you're like, thank God. Even if you don't believe in God, you're like, thank God it's Friday so I can get the F out of here and go home and spend the next 2 days doing what I actually love, right? Which is being with my family, doing my hobbies, whatever. Now, good morning, Jen. Can't hear me. That's weird. Can you hear me now? Let me do a test trial with Jen. Can you hear me, Jen? Let me know. Yes? No? Maybe it's just your phone. Maybe it's my phone. I'm going to move this around a little bit. Should be able to have sound. Yeah, my sound is up. Let me know, Jen. Throw me a... Still can't hear me? Huh, that's so weird. Anybody else not hear me? Or you can hear me? Someone post something? I know there's a couple of you watching. If you can or can't hear me. Yes, sound? No? Should I restart this? Now I'm sad. Now I don't know if anybody can hear me or not. Oh, hey Jenny. You can't hear me. All right, Jen, definitely your phone. Okay. So thanks for giving that feedback. All right, so I'm not going to restart this. I'm just going to keep going. So yeah, so Friday rolls around and you're like, thank God, hallelujah, it's Friday. Let's get this weekend on. And we just do this over and over and over and over again. And I just want to invite you guys to consider that if you're doing this every week over and over and over again, that's pretty much your entire life. You're gonna do this every week, and you're gonna wake up at the end of the year and be like, I just spent weeks, months, and I've spent an entire year doing the same kind of ritual, which has apparently been widely accepted by a ton of people as being normal. Wake up, hate your life on Monday, be happy about Friday, start that process all over again indefinitely. And I think, number one, don't do that. That's going to be my simple, cut to the point. If you are in that cycle, find a way out of that cycle. If that is a part of your life, and I'm not saying quit your job, I'm saying find a way out of that cycle. Whatever it is that's creating that resistance, find a way out of that, because that's no way to continue to, bye Jen, to continue to live your life with that feeling of heaviness and resistance dragging through your entire week. Like, that doesn't serve you as a person. So number one. Number two, Mondays are also like a weekly personal New Year's. So I spend a lot of time on Sunday, the day before, doing planning for my week. And for someone like myself, I am not a very naturally organized person. As I've said before, it's not my nature to be super organized. So what ends up happening if I don't plan my week in advance is I get like squirrel and I'm like all over the place, and I end up doing nothing with my week. Nothing gets done that really needs to happen. So Sundays are usually the time when I sit down and I look at my planner, which I have shared with you guys on my video before, but I have a paper planner because I'm a paper person. That's just the way that I work. And it's separated by month. It has monthly tabs, but it also has like weekly, it has goal sections, it has time slots. And I sit down with my planner, I look at the week upcoming, and I just write down on every day, like any appointments I might have. The first thing that comes down are appointments, whether they're meetings or health appointments or business appointments or coaching calls or whatever it is that I have coming up that's an appointment that has a time specific to it. I put that in first just so that I know what my week looks like with appointments. After that, I go in and I put in like workouts, right? I have a workout that I do every single day. So I write those in at the bottom where it has like task lists. This is a workout for each day because I'm following a very specific program and there's a specific workout per day. So I write those in to make sure that I stay on track with those. The next thing I do in is when I'm at the spa versus when I'm home. So like I work on the spa on the weekends now exclusively. So I write down my times for when I'm there and I leave the rest open during the week for when I'm home. The next thing I do is like house stuff. So I separate house chores, right, from business chores that I have to do because that's what I do all day. So basically I'm sectioning off my planner into like family goals, business goals, and house goals, right? Which house and family can kind of go together. But that's what I do. And I spend a lot of time really looking at my weeks and making sure that my week is balanced, right? So I don't front load or end up with a heavy tail of my week and then feel overwhelmed trying to get everything done. Oh, good. I'm glad. So I spend a lot of time doing like balancing my week. So for example, not trying to do every chore one day, right? Because then I get mad at chores and I don't want to do any chore. So I spend a lot of time making sure that each day where I have a little bit more time, I'm doing a couple of chores so that throughout the week, stuff is getting done, but it's not piling on. And also, I don't rely on my memory to do this thing, guys, because I know a lot of us do that. A lot of us are just like, oh, I know what needs to get done, but then we don't. We waste time. When it comes down to it, if we're not writing it down, if we're not scheduling, if we're not planning it, we're just wasting time. So Monday rolls around, we have like, I'm going to get organized this week, and then nothing happens the entire week. The end of the week shows up, and you're back to square one because you didn't do anything, because you didn't take the time to prep. It's just like people who are running a marathon or athletes who are playing in the Olympics. They don't just show up to the Olympics and go, hey, I'm going to run in the Olympics and I'm going to win. No, they spend months training, years training before they get to the Olympics to be able to compete in the Olympics and do well. In a similar vein, when you are trying to set up your week for success, it's super important that the day before or a couple days before, you are actually looking at the upcoming week and thinking to yourself, what needs to get done? What is my priority? How do I organize this visually for myself so that as I'm moving along in my week, I am following some sort of schedule or track that keeps me focused? I know for sure I'm not the only one that has a hard time focusing on tasks, so please listen to me when I say this. If you don't have a planner, that's like step one. Get one. Whether it's like electronic or paper, but you need something that will hold you accountable that you can look at so you know what you're doing. And my upcoming goal setting training, which is starting the 10th of October, if you're not a part of my support group called Begin Again, you have to be a part of that group to attend the event. It's being hosted inside of that event and it's a closed group. So if you're not a member of that group, you can't actually attend. It's a 7-day free group and it's all about goal setting. And one of the days we're going to talk about organization and we're going to talk about why that matters and why for me, someone like me who has struggled her entire life with really finding a good organizational system, has really set me back a ton in accomplishing anything in my life. That by this point, I could have done a lot more with my aspirations than I have because I was not organized. And I talk a lot about being very visual because for me, like, I like colors, so I like highlighters a lot, and I like things to stand out, so things are just not like a bunch of written script that I just look at and I get a blank stare on my face because I get bored with what I'm looking at. I need something that's very visually stimulating, that's distinctive, so I can sort of look at my week quickly and know kind of just by looking at it what's on my plate. That's really important to me. So I'm going to be talking a lot about that in that goals training. So if you're not in that group and you want to be a part of that 7-day training, comment on this video and I will add you to the group, or you can invite yourself to the group. Anybody can request to be added. You just have to be approved. So when you're beginning your week and you want to end strong, you want to end with a successful week instead of ending like, man, nothing got done all over again. You really have to, it starts on Sunday. It really starts on Sunday. Sunday for me is a day of like reflection and organization. If you don't do the prep work on Sunday, by the time Monday rolls around, you're already like trying to like ice skate uphill, as one of my friends said to me during one of her readings, which I thought was brilliant. It's a brilliant description of what a lot of us try to do all the time, is go against momentum, right? And just struggle our way through the week. And I want you guys to start avoiding this feeling of overwhelm or I don't want to do this come Monday. Because I think that the fact that that's become such a prominent thing in our society is sad to me. Instead of seeing Monday as an opportunity to start new and to create new habits and new behaviors in your life that are effective and help you set up your life more positively, I really want to switch our focus in that direction. So it really starts with planning the day before. So on Sunday, take the time, even if it's 10 p.m., because sometimes that's all the time I have. It's 10 p.m. at night, right before I fall asleep, to sit down with my planner, take out my highlighters, take out a pen, and just start organizing my week. And it's a ritual that's also very cathartic for me, because I know that when I wake up on Monday, instead of feeling like, oh my God, all this stuff has to get done, it's okay because it's already written in. Like, it's already ready to go. It's already in the book. I know it has to get done. So then I just open it up on that Monday and just follow the steps. It's so much easier. It's like when you're in school and you have a curriculum. It's so much easier because you know ahead of time, what your curriculum is going to be and what you have to study, right? Set up a personal curriculum for your life. Have a schedule of what you need to get done in order to feel successful at the end of the week. And everybody's different with their feeling of success. What's going to help you feel successful at the end of your week is not necessarily what's going to help me. But I know that we all share this feeling of accomplishment when we get the things that help us feel successful done. If we don't get that done, we feel the opposite, which is a feeling of incompetence and like, man, I never get things done. Our self-esteem drops because we stop feeling competent in handling our week. So whatever makes you feel successful when you've done it consistently by the end of your week, that. You need to plan your week in advance so that that gets done in a timely manner without getting that overwhelm in high drive. So you want to end your week strong, so when Friday comes around, instead of being like, oh, thank God, I just want to lay on my couch and do nothing for the weekend, you feel like, man, I got so much done during the week. I actually feel really accomplished. I have the energy and the time to invest in activities that I now like and not feel guilty like, man, I have all this stuff that has to get done. This includes any like pending bills that you have, any pending messages that you have to send, anything that's pending in your mind. Get it done. Get it done. Like, assign a day where you get that stuff done. Because if you're still thinking about it, it's taking up mental energy and it's draining you. It is draining you because every time you think about that one task and the fact that it's not complete, you feel terrible about it. I know you do because I do, and I think that's human in general. So if you have those tasks that are just lingering and are like drying you out, get them done. Assign a day, write them down, get them done, check it off, and move on. Clear up your week. If you have a lot of stuff that you haven't gotten done that's pending, set schedules for all those things that are pending, and just maybe one time in a week, hit a chunk of it, the next week hit another chunk of it, the next week hit another chunk of it, but try to clear up your schedule as much as possible so you're not backed up, so that when you're planning your week in advance, you're only planning it for that upcoming week without having to play catch up for all the weeks prior. Okay, when you're in that position, it makes life feel overwhelming because it feels like you're just dragging constantly. Like you have all these things that are not done behind you and you're just like dragging this weight through the rest of your weeks. Don't do that. Just get it done, set a schedule for them, set the time, make it a priority, and get it done. Okay, so when you're setting up your week to start in a high vibe, it starts the day before. So on Sundays, make the time to plan your week and really get in the mindset of, I'm going to start successfully on Monday, I'm going to accomplish a lot equally, consistently throughout my week, and I'm going to set myself up for success so that when Friday rolls around, I feel really accomplished and I have the energy to actually participate in more family-oriented things or not think about tasks or chores that have to get done. All right, you guys, so on that note, I will leave you. Have a beautiful Monday. Thanks for hopping on, and hopefully this helped you guys get a little bit more organized and set up for success in your day. Bye, guys.